Welcome, guys, to That Me Podcast. This is Marvin.
And I'm Earl. And today we are joined with my good friend, my best buddy, my pal. No, I'm kidding. My mate, Ron, that I've known for many years, also known as local artist, producer, DJ, North Barton. How you going, mate?
It's great to see you, Earl. You too, Marvin. Thanks for having me. Very excited to be here.
How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling great. Been grinding away recently, but looking forward to what's ahead.
Yeah, man. Look, honestly, so fucking happy to have you here, man. I'm just happy to. So for anyone at home, North Barton is actually our first guest. So
very exciting. Very exciting indeed.
You are taking our guest virginity, bro. So
I am truly honored.
We are honored to be bending over for you.
Yeah.
Wow. and we're taking your podcast virginity. So works both ways.
You know, as they say, you always remember your first time. So.
Oh, hundreds, man. I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life. I'm going to be telling all my friends when you get huge, I'll be like, I was Ron's first. Oh, North Barton's first, sorry. All right, so, man, you know what? I don't even remember when we started being friends. It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was a good 10 years ago now, just from, meeting at our local club, you know?
What was it called again? Oh, bro.
Mint Lounge.
Lord have mercy.
Never forget
Werribee.
Mint Lounge.
Yeah.
Good old Werribee.
Oh, good.
How was that interaction?
Well, then?
Yeah.
We're going to be completely honest. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Just one of those nights,
We just met there, but we just don't know the technicalities.
Exactly, yeah. I know we
As all
met
good
through our...
friendships start, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I know we met through our friends. I know we did, we've been to all the 21st parties together. You were at mine.
Yeah.
I was at yours.
Yes.
Your 21st birthday, by the way, was dope.
Right back at you, man.
Bro, oh, thanks.
Where was that at?
It was at, what's it called now? It was at the Werribee Plaza.
Yeah, it's still there. It's like one of those new function rooms.
The
I was
tavern?
upstairs. Yeah, the tavern.
The tavern,
It
yeah.
was in one of those big function rooms, and it opened the year that I turned 21. And
Yeah.
and they'd only had weddings in there at one point, so I was the very first birthday up there.
Let's go.
So
Nah,
that was
dope.
lit, man. It was a big night.
Yeah, man, it was huge. I
Yeah.
remember you had every cunt having a speech there. Like every cunt had a speech. And I remember and at the end of it, you were like, does anyone else want to talk? And like eight fucking people were like, yeah, I'll have something.
It was crazy because like my 21st ended up turning into a podcast.
Exactly, bro. I love Ron. Ron's been with me since the day I was born. Everyone, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah,
Nah,
it was a
sick,
great night.
man.
I'm so glad that you got to be a part of it. And,
Yeah.
I'll never forget that night.
I'll never forget one of the first things you said to me about your 21st, because there was a dance floor on there, and
Yes.
I remember the music started. You were telling, it's crazy. Back then, like, you would have never told anyone, but like, because we were all young and weird, people were coming out of the shell and all that stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
So people were too scared to jump on the dance floor. I remember one of the first things you said to me, where I was like, man, I fucking love Ron, was you said, thanks, Earl, for being there. You and another mate of mine, you guys jumped on the dance floor, and then everyone came.
Yeah, you guys kickstarted it.
Yeah, that was dope, man. For real, that night was lit. I remember doing like fake b-boy shit on that dance, like wedding dance floor. It was dope.
Big wooden dance floor, and straight after the speeches, you guys killed it. You guys set the tone, so it was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
hundreds,
you.
man.
Thank you again.
But nah, man, you've honestly been one of my best mates since
We've
then,
been through
bro.
so much, man.
Yeah,
Like,
hundreds, G.
all the highs and lows.
Yeah, bro.
The good
Weird
times and bad
breakups.
times.
Yeah,
weird
breakups, the sadness, the depression.
The partying,
the losing of virginities.
Left, right, and center. Just so many virginities.
Yeah, I know,
lost,
man. We've done it together. We've done it together.
Man.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of anyone better, man. So,
Yeah. I could remember all the nights like where just you've saved me, and I don't even remember saving you. Have I ever saved you? I've seen you bad, but I've never seen you bad.
Yeah, like we've all had our nights, we've all had our moments, right?
Yeah.
But I've definitely been your nurse a couple of times, that's for sure. But
Jesus Christ.
like it's totally fine. That's
what boys
I'm
are
there
for, right?
That's exactly
That's
right.
what boys
man.
are for.
When's the last time you guys both got slashed at the same time? Would you
At
say?
the same time?
Oh,
That's a good question.
That's a really good question. I'd have to say maybe cake.
Maybe cake?
Yeah, maybe. New
Were you
Year's Day.
sloshed at cake? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think everyone was sloshed.
Yeah, yeah, there's no No way. Oh man, cake this year was like a 40 degree, like 40
degrees.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
nearly
even. It was
40
like 40, 41
Damn.
degrees. 40.
It was really hot.
It was hot as
You would have been really
hell.
dehydrated,
Bro,
especially
I
with
got-
drinking a lot, you know?
Yeah, dude.
crazy.
I don't think we got sunburned, but everyone
Yeah.
around us got sunburned as
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the natural skin.
Yeah, everyone was white, bro. So that's what.
Hey, everyone's your color at the end of the day.
Yeah, bro. Then we all became cultured. No, but it was actually dope. But yeah, man, 10 years of fucking partying and
Yeah.
just the best things. One thing I love about you is just the way, no matter what, how well you treat your friends. Like for real, like you're so appreciative of everything someone does for you. And even like if you're the one who's asked me to come to one of your gigs or come to one of your shows or a party of yours or something, you always show appreciation.
Yeah.
Like I'm always like, bro, that's so kind of you. You're the one who paid for my ticket. You're the one who told me to come, but you're always like, nah, Earl, like I really appreciate it, bro. Like thank you so much for coming. Like
Yeah.
what's made you like that? I don't understand. Like you're the only one in my life that I know that's like this.
Well, thank you, man. It's like how I see it at the end of the day, right? Like when it comes to this life, I think it sort of stems from like, you know, a difficult upbringing and then like coming to where I am now. Like I had this mindset where like no one really owes you anything.
Yeah.
So when people show you that support and love, you know, you should really appreciate that.
Yeah, dope.
Because that person, although they might be your friend, they might be a family member, whatever it might be, they don't really owe you anything. So for them to take that time out of their life and their day to spend that with you or to support you, I just really appreciate that. And without support, you know, you can't really get too far. The support means everything to me, especially in the line of work that I'm doing.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
It's very important to have that support, you know, from you and the other boys and girls that are in my life, and those guys know who they are. So shout out to those legends of mine.
You know who you are, man. We
Yeah.
love you. We love you.
We love you. Thank
Ron's
you so
angels, bro.
much. Naughty's angels. Yeah, man. Like it's the least I can do. Like anything that I can do,
Man, you
to
do
show
so
that support
much.
back. You know, like that's just who I am as a person.
Yeah.
You know? So that will never change.
Yeah,
about me.
bro.
So yeah, thank you for coming to all those gigs, man.
See,
And
again,
thank you
again.
for all the late nights. You know.
Yeah, hunters, bro.
Yeah.
But for real, like I hope you know, to a lot of us, like one, if you look around our circle of friends, right, or many circles of friends,
Yes.
when we always ask, you know, who do you know, how'd you get here? To a vast majority of us, we're always saying the same thing. Oh, we're Ron's mate. Yeah, like you brought so many of us together. The fact that like you've never even put that into any of our faces. Like your ego does not exist. You've always just been just the most amazing people. But some of us will like say, "Oh, I'm Ron's mate." like I'm Ron's real mate. You know what I mean?
That's not a flex though.
What a humble guy.
That's for me. You know, I love, bro. It's I mean, I love all my friends, but I fucking love being your friend. You know what I mean?
Right back at you, man.
Jeez, stop. See what I mean?
No.
So fucking
Gonna
nice.
lose it. Gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Cut it.
Not on podcast.
Got a quick break to cry.
But for real though, like you're someone like I hope the whole world loves to see grow. You're just that person I feel like I would never want to see you fail. I mean, obviously, whatever you do, people fail. People fail.
right.
But because of the amount of love you push out there, you're just someone that anyone that cares about you wants to see grow.
Yeah.
I wish there were some more genuine people like you out there in terms of where you are, but damn, bro, like I'm just lucky to know you.
Thank you, man, and right back at you, man. Like you know, I try to reciprocate the love. You know, you've shown me a lot of love over the years, and I try to do the same back. You know, we don't always get it right. We're not always perfect, but
That's it.
you know, I try to be, you know, a good friend as much as possible. So again, thank you, man, and can't wait for what's ahead.
Yeah, exactly right, dude.
Really excited.
How has your interaction?
Yeah, no, like I've met you maybe like once or twice, but just from your persona of who you are and like how you present yourself, you seem like a very genuine person. I do think like my sense of character in terms of sensing how a person is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very like humble, genuine. You're very thankful. Even just the way you speak and your tone of voice sounds really
Wow,
good.
tone of voice.
Tone of voice, yeah.
Smooth and sexy.
Yeah, nah, he's got that sexy podcast,
He's got that, like,
podcast voice,
Baby. Hello.
But like, yeah, even seeing like what's Earl here, like sometimes I see him like going out, and he's always going to your events.
Yeah, always.
And he's always showing support. So
Always,
like,
bro.
Exactly.
for especially for Earl to do that,
Exactly.
it must be someone important.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, no, man.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why like I feel extra grateful for particularly like Earl, because I know like Earl is the king of R&B.
Yeah,
100%.
The king of R&B.
Yeah.
But Earl will be rocking it to this hard techno event with me and the boys and girls, and I'm like, the least I can do for Earl is play an R&B remix.
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah,
We're gonna get into that. But
Yeah.
I fucking love you, bro. For real. I fucking love
Gonna
you.
do one little song for him at least.
Yeah. I'll always make an effort, man, to come to your events because you've always been there for anything I've ever asked of you, and like even if it's not for a long time, and I know you
Yes.
expect the same.
Yeah.
You don't always expect me to be there the whole time, but at least
not,
show
yeah.
face.
Yes,
You've always, whenever it's a party, and I know you have like a billion as well. If there's like 3 or 4 parties, you always make sure to come, no matter how tired you are, no matter if you haven't slept or. That's why I'm always gonna do the same, man. And and our friends as well, like our core group of friends, like the
Yes.
ones that care.
Yes.
It's never gonna change for all of us.
Never will. Like we've been friends for that long, and
Yeah.
we've been through so much, and
Yeah.
that's not gonna change anytime soon.
What was it like growing up? Like, because in our area, right? Like we're
Yeah.
Westies.
That's it, man.
West Side,
We're from
right?
the hood.
That's it.
West Side.
West Side for life. Oh wow, West Side for life.
What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
But
don't mess with us.
we're cultured. Our area is not great.
That's it.
Our area is not great.
That's just facts.
Yeah, that's just how it is. But you know what? Like that's like everywhere I've lived, it's always been the hood.
Yes.
This is my people.
Yeah, that's it.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. But in terms of our group of friends, why are our group of friends, not just our core group, but what kind of people you surround yourself with and why?
Yeah, it's a great question. Like, ultimately, I think the pandemic taught me like a lot, because prior to COVID and whatnot, I'd be out DJing or running my own parties and events, and I'd have people hit me up, via DM or, a message or a text sort of saying, hey, like what's going on? Like, I'm coming to the club tonight, hook us up, all that kind of stuff. And then COVID hit, we were in lockdown. Obviously, none of those events or parties could go ahead. And then for me, it really gave me a good idea of who was real, who was genuine, who stayed in touch with me during lockdown.
Yep.
Dope.
Who made the effort to speak to me and remain in contact. That was very telling for me. And for me, I was able to quickly determine like who's real and who isn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if there's a silver lining to that lockdown period, because it was a very difficult time for all of us, that was one lesson that I got out of it for sure. And from there, it allowed me to be very picky and choosy with who I keep close to me.
Yeah, man.
And for me, it's like, it's not about how long you've known someone. Like it does matter to an extent, like how long you've known someone.
It's
But
true.
I think it's the quality of the individual.
Yeah.
What they're like, as you mentioned before, Marvin, with tone of voice, their personality, their actions, like what they
100%.
do. So for me, it's like I have my friends, but I've got my core group of friends, like you and the boys, for example, who knew me before
Everything.
DJing, before all the parties, before all
Yeah.
the DJing, before any of that. So I know that you guys are as real as it gets. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, we ain't gonna change.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like ultimately, that's what it comes down to, and that's why I'm like, we've gone through all that, been through it all, and we're still, we made it out to the other end, and for that, I'm grateful, to have you guys in my life for so long. That's how I sort of go about it.
To your point, you're exactly right. Like, it's not always about like how long you've known someone. Man, I can tell you right now, I've lost a lot of friends that were like my friends from years ago, and always say,
right.
we don't even say hi.
As
There's
you
nothing
mentioned,
anymore. Like, we'll pretend we never see each other. Like, we'll just walk past and fucking weird.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like, me and Marvin, we haven't even been friends for long in comparison to the friends I have.
Yeah, especially like I've had a few friends that I've had since like early high school days, but like they don't compare to the quality of friendship that Earls brings to the table.
Yeah.
And like it makes a big difference, quality over the length of the friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah, quantity of years kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you determine, because like in your line of work, as well as who you know, let's just say it how it is, there will be cunts who take advantage of what you do, and we see it all the time. We're not going to pretend that we don't. And I know you see it, and I know you still just let it happen.
Especially in the line of work that you do,
Yeah.
How do you distinguish them, and how do you do you act differently?
Yeah, like it just really depends on the context or the situation. So prior to COVID, I was very heavily involved in event management, running my own parties and events, and I did a little bit of DJing like on the side to supplement those parties. So a lot of times, particularly girls would hit me up. Oh,
No, we know this.
It's always
I'm coming down tonight. Like drinks on you. Like
We know
free
this.
entry and all that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've spoken to you like once in my life. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like seriously, like
Legitimately
come on,
though,
like,
yeah.
Like, all right, you may be attractive, but like, it doesn't give you that sense of entitlement. Like,
Exactly.
I hate those kind of people.
Same.
It's the worst. Whereas I have good friends or other people out there who don't expect those things. So naturally, I'll gravitate towards those people and be like, hey, look, here's a drink, or here's free entry, or whatever it might be. And it's kind of easy to sort of pick out those those fake people from the real people.
Could you give us like some distinct features so that anyone who is going through the same thing knows?
Yeah, so like pre-COVID days, I'd have a lot of like my phone would blow up on a Saturday night out, and there'd be people like saying, "Hey man, I'm at the front. Can you get me in?"
Yeah,
Like,
that's huge.
Hey bro, this line is just so messed up. Like, can you sort it out? And I'm like, dude, like I don't like speak to you.
fucking
Like,
know you.
I don't, bro. I don't know you. Like,
And what's funny is like if you're a real true friend, like you wouldn't mind lining up,
Yeah.
Like it's
Exactly.
It's like one of those things. It's like when it comes to a business as well.
Yeah.
Someone that asks, "Oh, give me a discount because I'm your mate."
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
no, if you're a real friend, you would try to support full price.
fully support them. Yeah,
Exactly.
That's what I do with my other friends who have other business ventures.
Yep.
I'll always pay like full price for
Same,
their things.
same.
You know what I mean?
I always try with you. I always try with you, but you're always like, hey, Earl, I got you free entry. Or hey, Earl, like, I got you. I'm like, bro, you don't have to, man. I swear to God, you don't have to. He's like, no, man, discount on me. I'm like, this guy. This guy. It's it's every
that's
time.
why I give it to you, because you're genuine.
No, but it's
Because
every
you don't
time.
expect it. So I'm like, I'm gonna hook it up.
Yeah. And I'm
so-
always messaging back like, bro, please, you don't have to do this. It doesn't have to be like this.
Ron, I don't want to go.
Stop forcing me. You should have seen, bro. Like last year at one of your, it was Pure last year, where you were just like, hey, bro, I bought you a ticket. I'm like, what? And he was like, nah, man, I bought you a ticket. I'm like, why, dude? Why did you? It's like not even. It wasn't a discount. It wasn't a free ticket for him. He bought me a damn ass ticket.
Yeah, well, it was your birthday or like that.
Yeah,
that's a valid
But
reason.
you don't have to do that.
Nice birthday present.
Yeah, it was an amazing birthday present. Pure last year was dope.
Yeah, that was a great day. And
Yeah,
night,
that's
for
freaking
sure.
great.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? Talking about Pure is a perfect segue to talk about. So I know you as Ron, but what most people around here will know you as North Barton.
Yes.
And that name now has, from when it started to when Ron had started, when I was watching you do it growing up, to where North Barton has come now, is huge.
Yeah.
How has the recent success felt for you?
Yeah, it's just been very overwhelming, like in a good way, of course. Like I've been chipping away DJing for the best part of 9 years now. So in the last few years, sort of around the start of the pandemic until now, I've really started to see some progress, which has been great as an artist. Cannot thank enough, my Faces of Group family, you know who you are. Thank you. They've got me under their wing and they've been supporting me. Yeah, the boys.
The boys.
Yeah, they know who they are. Yeah, the boys and girls. So yeah, just have not only like with myself when it comes to DJ sets or tracks that I'm releasing, not just me promoting those tracks or music. I've got a team behind me now. So
100%.
Okay, that's
yeah,
good.
which is
Perfect.
great. So
For sure, man. They do really well too.
Yeah.
How long have
they're
you
amazing.
How long have you had your team for now?
Yeah, so I officially became a signed artist with the Faces of Group back in 2020. So it was in June and it was like between the lockdowns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had those 2 lockdowns in 2020. Oh, there was more than 2, but like there was a break in like June for like 3 weeks or so. And then, in that 3 weeks,
Everyone went hard.
Yeah, everyone just like bolted out of the house.
Yeah, everyone was like, let's go.
Let's go.
Even
yeah.
I did. Oh shit, that was crazy. Yeah.
Crazy 3 weeks. And yeah, in there I signed, so I have a booking agent and I've got a manager.
Sweet.
So so they help me a lot.
Yeah.
And it's great to have their support together. Yeah, we're hoping to accomplish big things, and yeah, there's some
100%.
things on the cards coming up later this year, and of course well into next year as well. So yeah, just very excited to be on this journey, with that team and with this love and support of my friends and those close to me. So yeah, just very excited
But
for
who
the future.
because we actually haven't gotten into it.
Yeah.
North Barton, the artist.
Yeah.
What does he do?
Wait. I want a quick question. How did you come up with the name?
North Barton?
Yeah.
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
It's a very
Fuck
good
me,
question.
I've never asked you that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I have.
That's
Yeah,
the
I don't
first.
think you have.
That's the first thing that came up to mind. I was like, I wonder how he came up with
Yeah,
the
North
name.
Barton. How
Yeah.
did you come with that?
Coming up with a name is such a big process.
Yeah,
It
bro,
is,
tell us about it.
And it was somewhat of a big process for me, and it is something that I've been asked by friends and other people alike. But yeah, the story, it's a bit strange. So back in the day, I used to play at this venue in the city called Dance.
Yep.
And basically at the time I was DJing a different genre of music. So that was under
What
the
was
name
the
of
genre?
Ron. Like your Melbourne underground kind of music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like the stuff that you'd hear at Tramp and
Ah,
that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Your
yeah,
favorite?
Not my favorite. Anyone who knows, man, R&B for life.
Yeah,
But if
R&B.
you see me at these events, don't talk to me. No, but yeah.
Yeah, so I was DJing at this club, and the organizer that ran the club was like, "Hey, look, we want to get you on, but we want you to play techno music. Something a little bit different." I'm like, "Yeah, awesome, I'm down." And he's like, "Yeah, but like given where you're at, you're like you have to use a different name because you're playing a different genre of music." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I'm like, well, fuck me. Like, how am I going to come up with a name? He gave me 3 days notice.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
as well, because he sort of like booked me on the Tuesday or the Wednesday that week,
Yep.
and it was just for the Saturday night. So I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to come up with a name? And I'm like to the guy, like, I can't think of anything. Surely you've got something up your sleeve. And he's like, yeah, let me get back to you. And he got back to me, I think the Thursday or the Friday, so a day or two later, and he's like, okay, we're gonna have you as North. And I'm like,
North.
North? Yeah, just North. I'm
Just
like,
North.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, North. And I had to think about it. I'm like, I kind of like it. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
cool. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. So I ended up playing that gig as North. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And I was just,
Yeah, North.
I was just DJ North. Yeah, North.
DJ North, like, yeah.
Yeah, just DJ North. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then techno was something that I was really passionate about, but I never really played it out like too much. So
Yeah.
I decided let's pursue techno a bit more seriously. This Melbourne stuff that I've been doing for a while, it's probably time to give it a rest and maybe move on to new things. And then I'm like, okay, let's come up with like a proper name. And I'm like, I can't just do it as DJ North. I'm like, there needs to be like something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe use North as a first name and let's get like a surname going.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna pick. And I spent like nearly an all-nighter once in the computer at home. and it was a weeknight as well. I had work the next day, and I'm like, oh my God. And I looked at the time, and it was like 4:30, and I'm like,
Oh, damn.
oh, I could get up in like 2-3 hours for work. Oh my
Jesus.
God. And then I was like on Google, and I was like Googling like all these different names, and I was like, I Google searched Anglo-Saxon surnames.
Oh, whoa. Okay, yeah.
And I'm
okay.
like, okay, let's just have a look. And you'd sort of see like your English, your Scottish,
Yeah.
those kind of surnames. And I'm like,
I can't
okay.
think of one. I don't even know any.
I can't think of any.
Yeah.
And then I looked through like this big list, and I was just scrolling, and then I saw Barton, and I'm like, North Barton, and I just kept saying North Barton, like just to myself, like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, North Barton.
That's it.
That's
Wow.
the one. Yeah. So that's literally how I came up with the name. So North was because of the organizer or the booker of the club, and then I came up with Barton, and then fused it together, and that's how North Barton was born.
Hey, North Barton was born.
Yeah,
That's
North
how it
Barton.
was, huh? All right. We're just gonna take a quick break. Shout out to our sponsors.
So we know the name. So who is North Barton and what does he do?
Yeah. So North Barton's just someone that plays belters.
Good answer.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, just
About what genre of music? All that stuff.
yeah, of course. So I sort of mostly play techno and hard techno.
Fucking
Elements
hard.
of trance as well, but mostly in the techno realm. That's my passion and something that I love doing. Sort of explored the harder side of techno this year.
Fuck yeah.
My manager sort of encouraged it, and he's like, maybe you should go a bit harder for Cake.
Fuck
Cake
yeah.
said this year, and I was a bit hesitant at first. I'm like, oh, I don't know, I'm not sure. But then I thought, let's bite the bullet, let's do it, and it paid off big time.
And North Barton. So where are your big venue names? Where have you played? Who have you worked with?
Yeah, absolutely. So in recent times, particularly in the last 12 months, I've had the opportunity to play at some really big festivals and events.
Yeah, you have.
Carl Cox's Pure events in the last 2 years. Epic, you've been there,
Dope.
Dope times. I got to play the season finale of Picnic Electronica this year as well at the Sydney Mine Music Bowl. That was a bucket list achievement for me, which was great. But yeah, this year really started off with a bang on New Year's Day, where I, got to live out a dream of mine, where I got to play at Let Them Eat Cake at Werribee Mansion. Being Werribee boys, it's extra special to us.
And we've all been there, bro.
We've all been there.
That's the only time we ever see everyone.
Yeah, literally. It's just such a nice, wholesome way to start the new year.
Exactly. Wholesome, sure.
Yeah. Wholesome,
man. Sure.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it these days?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
For those playing at home, it's wholesome.
Yeah. Family friendly.
Yes, very family friendly. So those are some big events, to name a few. I've got some couple of big events coming up shortly as well. In a couple of weeks, my Faces Off group family are going to be running their own event in the city at Burke Street Courtyard. So that's very exciting. That'll be my last set before I actually head off traveling overseas. So North Barton will be on tour.
Holy hell! North Barton will officially be a international artist.
One day.
What do you mean one day? If you
day.
play, technically speaking, if you play in a different country, you're an international artist.
You are actually.
Yeah. It's like
I suppose.
It's like if I played pickup basketball at in NYC. I was
I'm not sure if it's
You're basically a Harlem Globetrotter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
No,
true.
but for real, that's literally
is
it.
what you're saying. If I go to a hotel and just start playing,
Okay, while we're on this
international
topic,
DJ
while
too.
we're on this topic, there's some people who are like,
You just worked out the Matrix.
I
Man.
was kidding.
Hey, it's all about perspective,
I was kidding. But like chime in and talk about a pet peeve. You know how many times people in like genre, like dancing or something, right?
Yep.
Or even basketball to a certain degree. Do you know how many times cunts go, oh yeah, I danced overseas? Bro, you took one fucking class. Shut the fuck up. You took one class overseas and all of a sudden I danced overseas.
Yeah.
Or like, I used to play basketball overseas. Where, bro, you were playing in New Zealand and you're playing in Australia, bro. Same thing. Like, chill, bro. Like, it's not that big. But anyway, I digress. We talked about your last few big stuff like Shelter,
Shelter
like
as well.
Cake and all that stuff. Like, from where I saw you playing at like clubs to then now big fucking massive crowds, right? Yeah. Like, I've had the pleasure of being a part of those crowds. And one thing I want to talk about in comparison was Cake, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, you were pumped for it. You were like, it was one of your dreams. And you're right, we're all Werribee people. So like,
We all?
Oh, you're not.
You're a Werribee boy.
You're a Werribee boy at heart.
Yeah.
But like all of our friends were gonna be there.
Yes.
Everyone around Melbourne. Melbourne.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. Everyone goes from east side to go all the way.
People get limos to Cake.
Yeah,
right?
bro. Oh, my
really?
god.
Yeah,
we were on the news this
full-blown
year.
Limos, yeah.
I did not know that.
We were on the news this year because there was a festival that people went from that festival to Cake, and then there was like a 6-hour traffic, something like that.
So that was beyond the valley where people were stuck for 6 hours trying to leave that particular festival on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And I had a few friends caught up on it actually,
man.
as a result they missed my set on the day. No fault of their own.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate, but that would have been very frustrating for them.
Man.
To wait 6 hours in the heat.
In a 40-degree weather.
Near 40-degree day.
Yeah.
One of my friends was in his car and his aircon broke. Like,
it's
so
humid.
he suffered.
What is that Celsius? Being a part of that set, right? Like we got there together. We had pre-drinks together. You didn't drink because you're a good man.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy because like you seem so calm and collected, but when I asked you how you're feeling, you're like, bro, I'm fucking nervous.
Yeah. I was. I was just trying to hold it together.
Man.
For me, it's like I was nervous on the day and leading up to it, really. But I just knew that we had such a big group of friends all come together. There was like 30 of us. 30,
and there was cunts calling you every 5 seconds, man. Oh, you're gonna this and that, sorted this, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then you were like, but you were just like zen for a while. Man. And like, it was just the fucking coolest thing
Yeah.
to go to walk in with you. And I remember like it's always the coolest thing when you're walking in and
Yeah.
you get your VIP shit and then you're like, he's with me. I love that feeling.
Just for context, how many people actually attend Cake?
Yeah, it's
I actually
it's a
don't
lot.
know.
lot.
Yeah,
It's a
I
lot.
know it's a big event, but I'm not too
Huge.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it was one of the
Thousands.
bigger events. Yeah, it was
Thousands.
one of the bigger
Yeah,
ones.
thousands, yeah.
Because it's New Year's, everyone's there.
Yeah.
No one's got work, so it's like huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's once a year.
Yeah,
Yes,
once
yes,
a
It's
year.
just on that day. So it's something that a lot of people look forward to, especially people from our area. But
Yeah.
it's become an attraction for people all across Melbourne, even people out in the country.
Yeah.
They'll come down for this event.
Yeah, because a lot of people from the country know about Cake. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone does, bro.
Well, I
Even
swear,
people in
like,
Sydney and
Yeah.
people that have been traveling around, people know about Cake.
Yeah, so you got
It's
Werribee,
huge.
and then people from the country, Werribee South.
Yeah.
I know about Cake.
Yeah, exactly. One thing that I fucking like that changed, like I don't know, just for me was just amazing, right?
Yeah.
Where I seen you perform at like small events where there was already a crowd, there was already somebody watching, there was blah blah.
Yeah.
But two things happened this year at Picnic and Cake that for me just went off. I could imagine what it went for you,
Yeah.
but it was the fact that there was DJs playing before you, and they were, not to say that they were crap or anything, but there was no crowd. It was absolutely dead. We're talking
Right.
4 people on four or 5 people,
Yeah.
and then you jump on stage,
Yeah.
and you play that Kendrick song. By the way,
Yeah.
fucking love you, bro. I saw you point right at me. And you're like, this is for you.
I was looking for you.
This is for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
But you played that Kendrick song.
Yeah.
But by the end of that fucking song, it went from 4 or 5 people to the whole fucking, like the
whole
whole,
stage.
everyone.
Filled out.
People were at back to back at the fence. I saw people like, oh my God, check this out.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
were like, yo, this guy's sick. And I'm just in the front of everything
Yeah.
going, I was drunk. but I'm at the front of everything and I'm seeing all these cunts like gathering
Yeah,
people. And I
yeah.
saw it grow from like, I'm like, this is actually no joke, from probably 5 to I'd say about 400. It went absolutely fucking wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
You saw that from your stage, from
Yeah,
the stage.
yeah.
How did that make you feel?
It was just incredible, man. Like the whole stage filled out. So like it probably would have been, more than 1,000.
Yeah.
1,500, probably more than that. because,
Yeah.
The stage was quite big.
Yeah.
There was a lot of space, and it all packed out. Like it was
fucked.
filled to the brim.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I could see from other friends' videos that they filmed the crowd, myself
Yeah.
in the crowd, and
Yeah.
I could just see just how rammed it was.
Yeah,
so
bro.
The whole stage just filled out, and it filled out really quickly as well.
Yeah.
And like to have that earlier set time in the day, it was like the 3rd hour of the day.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
sort of feeling good, and just to have that reception, I was just completely blown away. Like I
Yeah.
just was not expecting that at all. Like for me, I was a little bit nervous, but I thought, hey, I've got a big crew of my friends here, and there'll be a couple of random people that I don't know that will be there that will hopefully enjoy the set and then enjoy the rest of the day. But then to get that reception where the stage just completely filled out and everyone was sort of going off and having a great time.
Insane.
It was just insane. I couldn't believe it. Like I was speechless. Talking to management who were behind me. They were just like, "What have you done?" Like,
Yeah.
what did you do?
No, for real. Seriously, it was like, and the thing is, like, this is a way
Like a
you
little
know.
stampede.
Yeah, and this is the way it's like it was good. Like, so Ron does this thing right where he always doesn't matter who you are, as long as you're one of his good friends, he wants you to jump on stage with him.
Ah, really?
Ron he'll always want me to, and I just feel like I'm not good enough, so I just
Oh, you're the best dancer. I
Nah,
know,
chill,
bro.
man, no. But I never really do, and I like him just to look better, and it always looks better when there's like group of like girls around him.
Yeah.
So he always has, but it is right. Like that's just how I see it, and he'll always have our good mates on. He always brings anyone I've introduced to him, girls or guys. He'll always say, "Come on stage," and people feel amazing about it. That day at Cake, our friends didn't even jump on. We knew not like it wasn't our place. We wanted to be a part of the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
But
experience,
the line to stand behind Ron was fucking insane. It was like 50, 60 just girls. to stand behind. That was insanity. I remember calling our boys who weren't there, unfortunately, because they had other events or stuff to do. I was like, y'all should see Ron right now. This motherfucker is killing it.
It's got all the girls lined up.
Yeah, bro. The music was insanity. The crowd was great. Nobody was being so pushy.
Yeah.
And everyone's like reception to it was like, yo, when are you gonna release your fucking set?
Yeah.
Yeah, when are you gonna
That's
release
the first
your
question
fucking
as soon as the
set?
set finished.
Yeah.
I never had a chance to sit down.
Yeah.
Bro, when's that set going out?
Yeah.
I
For
didn't sit
real,
down,
man.
yeah.
For real.
So I'm like, yeah, no, I promise you it'll be up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, shout out to Cake and Novel for throwing an awesome New Year's Day party
Yeah,
once
dude.
again. Thank you for having me be a part of it. Yeah, such a great day. And yeah, put the set up and it's got a really good reaction online.
Yeah, dude.
Heaps of plays and likes and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like, roll the dice on the set and it really paid off. So I got a bit lucky there. But
Yeah.
just have everyone's support. It was just completely blew my mind. Like it still does.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
really interested in that Kendrick song. So when it does release, I actually want to hear it.
It's already released.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
it is
Yeah.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can find that on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll put the link in the
Money
bio.
Trees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shout out-
Dedication
shout out
to
to my
Earl.
boy Benjamin for an awesome track.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend checking it out.
So honestly,
yeah.
it's dope.
So I know, like, that was one of your biggest moments
Yeah.
for, to get that reception from the crowd.
Yeah.
What other big moments do you reckon you've had during your DJ career?
Yeah, a really good question. So some other big moments that really come to mind. This year, the reception that I got at Picnic was incredible.
Insanity.
Earl was there firsthand
Yeah.
to witness it.
Yeah.
So, sort of similar to Cake in a sense
Yeah.
that, the stage was kind of a bit
Small,
quiet,
yeah,
small, quiet,
yeah.
but then it filled up, like it just got rammed. You couldn't move in there,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And that was really good fun.
Yeah.
In addition to that, Shelter last year in
Yeah, it was
Williamstown,
dope.
Earl was there as well.
Mhm.
That was a great day, and that really kind of was the beginning of North in essence.
That's true.
Yep.
So those are a couple of moments in addition to Cake that really stand out. There was a big moment that I had years ago where I played under my old name and I played my old music, and that was possibly the biggest crowd or second biggest crowd that I'd ever
Oh, really?
played in front of.
Okay.
Cake and that particular event.
Yep.
They're probably, I think, equal in terms of attendance to the crowd, like in
Okay.
terms of how many
Nice.
people there to witness a set. So
Nice.
a few highlights there for me for sure. Just seeing people like your friends and strangers, just
Yeah.
people just absolutely losing it.
Yeah.
You're playing those tracks and just to see people enjoying themselves and having a good time. That's what it's all about for me. It's about the music. And
Yeah.
it's the sense of community coming together.
Yeah.
It's not about money. It's not about girls. It's not about
Yeah.
like
Fame
out
and that.
on
Yeah.
social media, like cool, that stuff's whatever, but for me it's the love of the music and how music brings people together. That's why
Yeah.
I fell in love with DJing, and that's why
okay.
I've pursued DJing and music over the last 9 years. So nothing but good times. Can't wait for more.
There's two stories that I actually want to talk about. Like I remember at Picnic, right?
Yeah.
I was with a lady friend, and
Of course you were.
just a friend.
You got caught
And
out?
I remember, I was like, I gotta go see my friend's set. And then she was like, oh, I want to go with you, but will I like his music? And I'm like, yes, you will. And he goes, no, wait, Earl, I only like stuff that go hard. And I went, just watch, bro. Just watch. And I remember, I'm forgetting what the first song was, but that drop when it was like, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
She turned around and her eyes went like wide, and she was like, he went hard. And I was like, I told you, that's my boy. He went hard. And the whole crowd was going, dun, 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 dun. It was absolute insanity. Because you were talking about this is like the absolute love of your life, music and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing I think of as a person in the crowd, what's that feeling like when like it's just before a drop and like it's like raising and there's that peak where it's just dead silent and everyone goes like just quiet for a second. And what's that feeling like when cunts go hard at the end. What's that like?
Yeah, like the pre-drop, the build. Like, and it depends on the energy of the crowd. So, for example, Picnic, everyone was just stomping around, like jumping.
Yeah.
and then like for me, like, because watching those guys, I'm like, I better match these guys because I was like pretty mellow and chill at the start, but these guys were like. Jumping around like this. It was a full workout they were doing. I'm going hard, bro. I'm going so hard.
I heard girls saying, "My legs are sore."
I'll tell you what, it's a fun story about the Picnic set.
Yeah.
So, because everyone was sort of like jumping around, and absolutely losing it. I'm like, I better match these guys with their energy. So I started jumping around during my set as well, and you'll see the videos. And then towards the back end of my set, I actually busted my knee. I actually full busted my knee, and then I got this big leg cramp, like through my right leg. And then I was like DJing like normally, and then the cramp comes through, so I'm like. and then I had my like my face down like this, and I was like pretending to DJ, like I was still DJing, of course, but like I had to like pretend like I was in no pain. But
they were like, he's in the zone.
Yeah, and I was dying, man, and like it was so hard, and it was like just at the right near the end, like it was probably like 5 minutes left of the set, and I'm like, oh. Like I finished in about 5 minutes. So that was a wild story. Not I didn't tell anyone like on the day.
Yeah, you didn't.
I was dying, man.
That's why you were limping, bro.
I had to sit down like for like the last hour or two that we were there, like to watch the closing set.
Yeah.
Like I just sat on the grass. I just couldn't move, man. I was busted, man. Like I was done. I was finished. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, it was a great day. But yeah, in terms of like when the build and the drop, that's probably like one of the favorite moments, the drop's about to come.
Yeah.
And, just seeing the crowd, everyone's like staring at you. So when you're playing, like everyone's just looking at you, like they're like waiting.
Yeah.
They maybe look for your hand signals. I typically will move my hands and try and interact with the crowd. To sort of let them know, hey, it's coming, that kind of thing. I like to try and interact as much as I can.
100%.
But yeah, it is the best feeling in the world. Like to me, like nothing comes close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just that euphoria. You know what I mean? So like, it's just a indescribable feeling and something I can't get enough of.
Yeah, man. For real. I look at you and I like to like just analyze where I'm at. When cunts are fully like just looking at you, waiting for you to do something. It's like dead silent. You can almost hear like
just anticipating.
Just waiting.
Everyone looks. We know I'm ready. If people aren't doing this, they go in. So yeah, man. Just being in that crowd and then that pause of just complete silence and no one's moving, and then all of a sudden, it's just I couldn't imagine what that's like, bro. But that is fucking insanity.
So we definitely know about like the good moments. Have you had any like what's the worst moments you've had as a DJ? In the 9 years that as a DJ?
Yeah, absolutely. Like when there's good, there's always the bad. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I'm not ashamed to admit it, but yeah, there are times where you don't have your finest moments. So I'd like to think that this wasn't really a fault of my own, but I can think of a couple of occasions back in the pony days. But there were a couple of times when I'd be DJing and someone would trip over a power cord and then the entire deck shut down, the music cuts, and then the lights go off and everyone's just staring at me like, what has this guy done? And I'm like, I didn't do this, man. Like, I swear to God, like, I want the music to keep going. And then the music completely cuts out and then people start heckling or they might boo or, they'll get upset. And it's understandable, I get it. I wouldn't be too happy if I was, a punter on the dance floor and the music just cuts out randomly. But it is still embarrassing, even though it wasn't my fault. But it is still a little bit embarrassing. Like, it can make you feel a bit red faced.
For sure.
Hasn't really happened to me in a while though. Thank God. But yeah, that definitely does come to mind.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And that's what's the worst reaction you've had from one person?
Worst reaction.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. So this is completely separate to the North Barton stuff. So when I first started pursuing DJing, I DJed a lot of R&B music and party music and sing-alongs. Your stuff. Yeah. I remember I would play at a lot of smaller pubs and bars
yep.
and not really like clubs when I was first starting out. And of course, you get a lot of like really drunk, intoxicated patrons in those kind of places, and they would come up to you and they were like, "Hey, play this."
You
got this song, like there's real people that heckle you and you say, "Oh, look, sorry, I don't have the song," or I'll play it, and then they just keep coming back.
I'm guilty of that. I'm one of those people.
Play this song.
Play the song. So I remember there was this like elderly lady, probably not elderly, maybe she's 50s or 60s, and she was clearly hammered.
Oh wow!
And she was asking me for all these song requests, and I didn't have any of those songs because I'd never heard of them. Like they were really old songs. I just didn't have them. Like I'm not Spotify. I'm just a DJ. Like I'm not gonna have every single song. And I just said, look, I apologize. I just don't have this song. If there's something else, let me know, and I'll do my best to try and play it for you. And she gave me like 4 or 5 requests, and I didn't have any of them.
Oh wow! There were shit songs then.
And she was not happy, man. She's like, "You're the shittest DJ ever."
Wow.
Yeah, she like, "So you're the shittest DJ ever." She's like full finger pointing at me and all this stuff, and
Are
I'm
you
like,
fucking
"Oh
serious?
my god, where's security?" and then I think she was about to like throw a drink on me or something.
Oh, wow. Oh my god!
Yeah, she was about to, but then security like stopped her and actually escorted her out of the venue. I'm not going to name the venue, but
Karen before Karens.
Yeah,
Jesus,
literally,
it's Karen before Karens.
Yeah, she couldn't speak to the manager, so she got escorted. So not great. It's not obviously ideal or fun, but just part of the job, I suppose. But
fuck
we
man,
move
sorry
on.
to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I mean, it's great to have been a part of your journey. Honestly, watching the whole thing and seeing it unfold in front of my eyes and your eyes and our friends' eyes, your families.
My
as
eyes
well.
now.
Yeah, your eyes too. Can't forget mine.
But definitely, it's like it's starting to see before you go international. Will be sick.
Yeah.
100%. That is the goal.
What are your plans for the future, and where can we see you next?
Yeah, so I'm playing a show in a couple of weeks that my management team are running at Burke Street Courtyard in the city in June. So come out to that if you can. So that'll be my next gig. That'll be my last gig before I travel. Actually,
what's that date? Sorry,
it's June the 10th.
June 10th.
Yes,
right,
Saturday.
cool.
It's a long weekend, the Saturday, and then from there, not long after, I'll be traveling to Europe for the very first time for 6 weeks on a holiday.
6
Let's
weeks.
go. 6 weeks, yeah.
Let's go.
I just can't wait because I was meant to go in 2020, but for obvious reasons couldn't go. So making up for it this year. So looking forward to a nice boys trip. We're going to Kappa Festival, we're going to Awakenings, we're going to Tomorrowland.
Wow, Tomorrowland too.
Tomorrowland, yeah. So that's going to be crazy. It's going to be the trip of a lifetime. I can't
living
wait.
my dream.
Yeah, that's all I've been looking forward to. Like I've been at work, doing this and that, and I'm like, just think about Europe. Just think about Europe.
Yeah.
Just think about Europe. Europe's coming. It's all good. So yeah, those are the immediate plans, and then I'll have a few more gigs lined up in the second half of the year. So very much looking forward to that. We'll be playing my first Bushstuf set as North Barton in November. Can't wait for that.
Where's that?
It hasn't been announced yet.
But I'm gonna be there.
You'll be there.
I'll be there.
I know you'll be there. And,
I'll be there.
and the boys will be there as well.
The boys will be there.
Yeah, so that will be Melbourne Cup weekend.
Okay,
In
dope.
November, so we've still got a bit of time.
Dope.
So I'm really looking forward to that as well. There'll be some other gigs that will be announced, which I'm looking forward to sharing. And I've got a lot of music on the way as well. Can't wait to get that out as well. So yeah, hopefully catch you guys at one of my shows.
And if one of our viewers want to find you, where can they find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to check me out on social media, I'm pretty much everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, Spotify are the main ones.
And that's North Barton.
North Barton, yeah. You can find me on all those socials there. Usually just type in the name. You'll find them on those respective websites.
Just North Barton, one word.
It's 2 words.
2 words.
I know. I was in like what with a dot. Like what's the actual at?
Oh, we'll chuck it in the
We'll chuck the links in there for you guys, so you can check that out. But yeah, you can find all my music and content on those platforms there for sure.
Yeah, man. So you guys better check him out because he's gonna be big, and you want to be one of the first fans. I'm telling you. All right. I think, man. First of all, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you
Great
for
guys.
being.
It's been a great like interview.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. This was
Been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and thanks for being our first. Yeah, couldn't have lost it to anyone else, man. For real. But nah, this was absolutely dope. You the man.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
I think that's it for this episode. Is there any last words you want to say before we outro this? Nah, nothing? We'll save it for the last outro. How about that?
Yeah, I reckon.
All right, guys.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to That Me podcast.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube and TikTok. by searching That Me Podcast on all platforms.
Like, subscribe, follow if you want to see more of us. But most importantly,
Stay hungry.
stay humble.
Stay happy.
Let's go. Let's go. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
See ya.